the intriguing phase of our education system, the time to embrace digital transformation, benefits of digital transformation beyond cost reduction. The growth of any nation depends on the robustness of the foundation and framework of its education system. The education system of any nation should cope up with the global standards. The pandemic has cruelly disturbed our education system. But this disturbance is now gradually settling into a scientific development, and it is globally transforming the entire education system. As in all the other industries, the $400 billion education industry also displayed a mixed response in the reopening of the institutions during the pandemic and even now. In fact, some of the educational institutes were totally against digital transformation, as they were innocent. They were afraid of huge investments for the same. They were waiting with their fingers crossed for the pandemic to ease in order to reopen their institutions in the old conventional mode. But fortunately, most of the managements are slowly but surely realizing and undertaking this change management effort as a necessity for the future of all the stakeholders, be it the managements, the parents, the students, the faculty, and above all, everyone is worried about the development of the nation. They're all interested in the national development. Because being in the education industry, everyone is responsible to the development of the nation, answerable to the development of the nation. Why? Because the managements have identified that digitized processes develop the institutions faster and deliver robust value creation opportunities that go way beyond just cost savings. The pandemic crisis, subsequent closure due to the government norms, changed the entire scenario, changed the entire picture. The educational institutes were worried how to cope up with the post-pandemic scenario of regular sanitization of the campuses, taking safety and health safety measures of the classrooms, maintaining social distance between the children, faculty, and the visitors. Really, all this is seen like a real threat to the basic existence of the institutions itself. Hence, educational institutes now are very fast searching and looking to accelerate the implementation of a system which is convenient to everyone. One of the basic things that all the educational institutions globally have identified is to bring about a digital transformation. As initially the managements were afraid that digital transformation would incur in a lot of expenditure. It will be too expensive. But now slowly educational institutes are realizing digital transformation is much cheaper than providing costlier resources to manage a conventional mode. Let me give an explanation here. What is this providing costlier resources? Sanitization, medical supplies, campus management and campus maintenance, taking health safety measures, regular deep cleaning of the campuses, and the most deadly problem that each institute faces is trying to make the innocent tiny tots to restrict their movement, making them maintain social distance. Is it really a dumb thing? No. It is a recurring expenditure. The costs of maintenance of the campuses in the conventional mode keep rolling and piling day by day. Instead, let me tell you one thing. Let us summarize the problems of the soaring costs. The safety and sanitization efforts cost a lot. Taking adequate health safety measures of all the stakeholders also involves a lot of expenditure. And more than everything, enforcing social distancing between innocent children and constantly reminding them of health care. Do you know what it will result into? It would impact the minds of the tiny tots. They will start recognizing and associating educational institutes as hazard-prone zones. So, I think now you understand the problem. First, the institutes brought the students back to the school by initially adopting highly efficient safety and sanitization precautions to convince the parents of their ward's safety. But soon they understood that this method involves regular, recurring and huge investment, and it will not work out on the long run. By focusing on taking costs out, institutes inadvertently created an overly complicated and inefficient process where each activity was cheap. But if we try to have a larger picture and a view of all this from a higher perspective, on the long run, it turns out to be a truly lengthy, unpleasant, and expensive decision. Hence, what is the solution to this problem? What should the managements do now? Conventional modes are proving to be very costly, inefficient, and mainly inadequate in meeting with the global standards. Hence, the solution to this problem, I repeat, the solution is digital transformation. The educational institutes are now forced to adopt innovative methods to avoid unrecoverable investments on all the recurring expenditure. Most of the educational institutes already started realizing this. The best way of avoiding unrecoverable investments on sanitization and safety measures is, I quote, adopt hybrid methods of training and learning through a partial attendance method. Point number one. Utilize the services of a 24/7 online communicable digital platform to bring greater connectivity between all the stakeholders. Point number two. Employ contactless methods of digitized content delivery to provide a safe and healthy learning environment. Point number three. When the teachers engage themselves in taking online classes, the interactivity between the teacher and the students increases. The teachers, in order to create a greater involvement of the student, must at the end of every period, every online class, conduct a day-to-day formative assessment in the form of simple quizzes that result in a deeper interest and involvement of the students, and as such they show a greater commitment, and the output is it will give better results. Point number four. Got it? Day-to-day formative assessments in the form of quizzes result in increasing the interest and the intent and involvement of the students, and as such automatically they develop a greater commitment and interest in the subject, which results incidentally in the growth of the child. Am I right? This process brings a sense of self-responsibility in the student. Point number 5. Because if the student is not attentive in the class, there is a danger of them getting exposed of their ignorance and mischievousness and irresponsibility, and they will be caught easily, either by the teacher or by the parent or by the portal administrator. Point number 6. This aspect is a big plus in the conventional method. It is not possible, as the progress of the student or the child is evident only at the end of the academic year, or maybe partially during the term examinations. Okay. Not only this, the digital transformation comes with umpteen advantages. Okay. The main focus of all the educational institutions now should be on this digital transformation. The longer it takes to understand the full nature of the digital transformation, the more delayed the educational institutes are going to encounter in getting back to the new normal. So, try to think how quickly and completely you can adopt this digital transformation and solve all your problems. Do you know the suffering by adopting the current conventional activity? Maybe you are not able to understand. I repeat again, day-to-day sanitization, physical expensive health safety measures mounts your expenses a lot. Regular requirement of consumable medical supplies, recurring expenditure on health safety measures and campus sanitization, requirement of greater manpower in order to maintain the campus and its surroundings, and most important, vulnerabilities in the process of making children maintain social distancing. It's impossible to bind the bundle of energy of the child. When one focuses on the stakeholder experience, specifically on one-time and in full experience, digital transformation will be incurring in lower overall cost to operate, even though they paid or have paid or will be paying. It will be only a one-time payment for the transformation of the technology. And let me tell you, it makes a huge impact on the profitability of the educational institute. Why? Because of its rich features and greater connectivity. Okay, accepted. Let us now see what is the impact of the transformation. What are the opportunities for the educational institutes? In each example of every institute, instead of focusing on 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 or 11 or 12 or 13 or 14 or 15 or 16 or 17 or 18 or 19 or 20 or 21 or 22 or 23 or 24 or 25 or 26 or 27 or 28 or 29 or 30 or 31 or 32 or 33 or 34 or 35 or 36 or 37 or 38 or 39 or 40 or 41 or 42 or 43 or 44 or 45 or 46 or 47 or 48 or 49 or 50 or 51 or 52 or 53 or 54 or 55 or 56 or 57 or 58 or 59 or 60 or 61 or 62 or 63 or 64 or 65 or 66 or 67 or 68 or 69 or 70 or 71 or 72 or 73 or 74 or 75 or 76 or 77 or 78 or 79 or 80 or 81 or 82 or 83 or 84 or 85 or 86 or 87 or 88 or 89 or 90 or 91 or 92 or 93 or 94 activities and cost components, if the management choose to look at the holistic parent-student experience and improve it through digital technologies and platforms, in doing so, managements can actually save a lot of revenue. The digital transformation can unleash dramatic value to your institute, and at the same time, it also results in cutting costs. The value creation of opportunities through digital transformation are much more robust and much more meaningful than ever before. It's not like the bleaching powder you spray all around your campus and its intensity stays for 24 hours. Next day again you have to spray the same bleaching powder. But here digital transformation is permanent. It's robust. It's the same today, tomorrow, or in taking you to a better future. It is a tremendous opportunity for educational institutes. It requires a more sophisticated approach along with being more economical in comparison to recurring expenses. As the time runs and education system moves forward, transformation of the education system will result in permanent benefits. Let me re-emphasize on all those benefits before I end this talk. Coming to the parents. Parents are proud of their wards being exposed to a global education system. Coming to the managements. Managements have a better connectivity and a greater transparency about the delivery systems adopted by the faculty. Coming to the administrative management. The administrative management and the communication systems would become tamper-proof and automated. Neither the student, nor the faculty, nor the parent, nor the management, anybody, they cannot indulge themselves in any mischief. Everything and everyone has to be transparent. An ideal administrative management. Definitely it will give excellent results on the long run. With the digital technologies and techniques, the involvement of all the stakeholders and their roles are defined clearly. Particularly so, the students. Because by taking the online classes and by adopting interactive methods of using multimedia along with the lesson taught by the teacher will be very easily able to take the student into those unimaginable vacuous zones while explaining through presentation of simulations and animations. Definitely it will enhance the command on the concept for every student. Is it not a great use more than all other things. Set aside all other things. Are you not happy? Will the management be not happy? Will the parent be unhappy? No, everyone will be happy. If this, by just seeing the joy in the student's face of thoroughly understanding a concept, everyone forgets all the hardship involved around and they will enjoy that joy in the student. It's a bliss. And to conclude, each of the stakeholders, be it managements, parents, faculty and students, everyone develops a forced answerability. So, everyone has to display a greater responsibility, a greater intent, and a greater interest that they could not previously fathom because of the limitations of the conventional system of education. So, I hope this particular talk will enlighten all the stakeholders of the educational system. You can easily overcome the intriguing phase of the current education system. Embrace digital transformation. The digital transformation is beneficial for many more reasons beyond just cost reduction. Please understand, let us bring about the digital transformation of our education system. Let us adopt the hybrid method of education for the new normal. Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.